5 tries scored in the first half of this game. 3 by the visitors, Rondebosch, 2 by the hosts, Bishops. 22 points to 12. Rondebosch lead Bishops at half-time in this mutual and federal Premier Interschools challenge. Quick look at the highlights of the first half. The first try scored by Robbie Davis, the Rondebosch vice-captain and scrum half. Some good work off the back of the scrum from Hilton Goatley, Rondebosch's number 8, creating a little bit of space for his scrum half. And then a long-range try scored by Mike Mavovana. Looked to be a little hand in there, but he showed absolutely no reaction, got away from his man, and he's got so much pace. The Western Province and South African under-18 flyer in under the posts for a try that was easily converted by Sam Craig. He added a penalty and also another conversion of the try that would be scored later in the half. This a brilliant individual effort from Harry Macon, the Bishop scrum half, darting his way to a try off the back of a very efficient line-out win for Bishops. That looked to have got them back into the game, but the response from Rondebosch, outstanding. Good strong carry from Vanderbale Blake, and then his centre partner Zach Sali had plenty to do here. Good upper body strength, showing his loose forward skill, which he's played much of his rugby to get over for Rondebosch's third. And then James McDonald taking advantage of some shoddy Rondebosch defence late in the first half to get in for Bishops' second, which was converted by Harry Macon. As usual, some interested spectators here at one of these big derbies, and let's go down to Gareth Wright.
With me, Martin Miller, former Bishops first team lock. This must conjure up great memories for you.
Yeah, Gareth, it really does. It's an amazing atmosphere. I was lucky enough to play in 2 of these in my time, and yeah, I mean, it went a lot better than it is going now. But it was, apart from that, the atmosphere is amazing. It's just it's such a great vibe.
Now, you went to Rondebosch Prep School and Bishops High School. A prediction for the second half, being impartial?
Being impartial, I'd say we're going to win. Bishops going to win by 2. If I was impartial, I mean, if I was partial, I think I'd give us by 2 tries.
Fantastic. Thanks, Martin.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Well, good to see Martin Miller here with slightly mixed allegiance, having gone to Rondebosch Prep and then to Bishops for his senior school years. And the second half underway through Vanderbale Blake, and tap back on the side of Rondebosch by Grobler, but well read by Callum Deem for Bishops. Puts them onto the front foot. Stellick over the ball. Macon in there burrowing. Here's James McDonald. Rob McDonald. Little step off the left boot, but well watched by Blake on defence. Macon, very flat ball on the advantage line for Pinar, who half broke the tackle, looking for the offload off the ground, but ball lost forward. It was Stellick making a run for the offload.
Pinar did so well to get between the 2 tacklers, and then the offload just went to right.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Bit of scrum from Bishops, who had a few troubles at scrum time in the first half. Craig. And then Vanderbale in the midfield. He was shaping to kick. Defence just stood off him for a moment. Schmidt. And then a lovely little snipe from the scrum half Davis, and very tight to the touchline from Ross Ruder. Mavovana was up there to try and make the catch, and Ruder chasing down on his own kick, almost getting hands to ball. Some anxious moments for Bishops in defence. Some good use of not much space up the left flank here.
And he decided to put boot to ball. Mavovana jumped in, the slap down came, and then the knock on from Ruder, and a bit of enterprising play from Rondebosch down the blind side.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
too much movement in that scrum.
Well, Thomas de Rosenworth, he's an accomplished musician, is de Rosenworth.
I heard so, a clarinet player of all things. The props around the country will be just celebrating the fact that they are a cultural lot. Robbie Kempson, I believe, is a wonderful piano player. Tox van der Linde, who's alongside us in Afrikaans commentary, loves to sing a bit of opera as well. So the musical gene runs richly through the front row forwards. There's another good singer, Christian Stelik, lock forward. Good carry from him. Then JP Smith. Haven't seen much opportunity for him to carry the ball. James McDonald, Rob McDonald, back towards his forwards. And Bishop's caught a little isolated in the tackle. Man over the ball from Rondebosch, winning the penalty.
Oh, Carl Schmidt did brilliantly, working hard from the inside, the catch-up defender position. He got himself into a favourable position, and he's won the turnover for Rondebosch. The step off the left foot from McDonald, and then look at the work by McDonald at the breakdown by Schmidt on McDonald. Fantastic by the blindside flanker for Rondebosch. Has now handed Samuel Craig the opportunity to extend this lead.
Just looking at that replay again, what a great decision made by Carl Schmidt, because he was looking fairly leisurely in cover defence, but as McDonald came back towards him, he just spotted that opportunity immediately to effect the turnover. Craig to take the lead out to 13 points from almost straight out in front. Loved the strike the minute he hit it. So 2 penalties and 2 conversions now from the boot of Sam Craig. James McDonald's restart easily dealt with by Davis and Craig. He would have been wanting a little more distance on that clearance kick given the time that he had, but now worth noting that Rondebosch are playing into a breeze that has picked up ever so slightly during the course of this game. They used it to good effect in the first half when they had the wind at their backs on things, especially the first penalty goal by Sam Craig. It was a kick of almost 50 metres on the angle. Hoffmeyer, another good context from Rondebosch at line-out time. Then the carry from Krobler. Davis quickly shuffling into position. Another strong carry from Schmidt. So doing his job at the breakdown, but also in the ball carry. Then Tredu. Davis partially charged down, so everyone on side, and some good awareness from DJ Faulkner to grab that ball for Rondebosch. They can reset again. Van der Bijl Blake with the kick, and that's just perfect.
Well, that's fantastic tactical mouse from Van der Bijl Blake. He spotted acres of grass out on that far right-hand touchline, and he's judged his kick to perfection as it's trickled over the 22 into that Bishop's 22-metre area.
It's not the first time either. He's kicked superbly out of hand, Van der Bijl Blake. On defence, we mentioned that Sam Craig shifts into the fullback position, and it's usually Blake tasked with those defensive kicks, but this is a good breakout from McDonald, and then on to Pienaar. And Pienaar chatting to the referee, Petri Bosch. He's arguing that that went off a Rondebosch hand.
Well, he's not going to change his mind as the referee, as Pienaar made a telling break, and then he looked for the offload, definitely coming off the hand of Van der Bijl Blake. And the rub of the green certainly has gone the way of those wearing blue and gold this afternoon. But you make your own luck, and
Crouch. Fine.
the coaching staff of Mike Bailey and Wes Chetty will be certainly somewhat
Steady.
aggrieved at that decision.
Angus Firth there sitting as well. Both he and Mike Bailey
Steady.
played in the Bishop's first team back in 1983.
Same year as you were in matric, Matt?
No, not quite. And 2 Rondebosch old boys as well in the coaching side of Rondebosch. Mark Lindenberg, the head coach, matriculated in 1997. Steve Wallace doing a great job at a more recent old Rondebosch boy, 2009.
All 9.
Great to see them giving back to their school. Off the back from Goatley. And then Davis. Mike Mavavana always wanting to get his hands on the ball. Showed electrifying pace in scoring his try in the first half. Mputing brings a good cheer out of the Rondebosch supporters when he's on the ball carry. Davis just pops it up for Faulkner, who was looking for a bit of space around the ruck. Craig, Blake, and then Devon Orenser, the hooker. The counter ruck is strong from Bishops. And then James McDonald. That ball was carried back, so he had no option to kick into touch. Craig well positioned. Well, he wanted more distance on that kick. It's gone almost straight up in the air.
There's the advantage. Offside.
And Petri Bosch playing a penalty advantage here to Bishops. Cranswick. Look at that attack on the ball again in the tackle. Just slowing it up for Bishops. Fillion. Sadi has really been energetic on defence throughout this contest. James McDonald for his younger brother Rob, then Van der Westhuizen. Krobler with the tackle. Advantage now over. James McDonald opting for the boot. And chased down by Rob McDonald. Mavavana tracking back, and there's a mistake there from Craig. Mavavana on the ground and holding on to the ball. McDonald wants to go quickly and does. And quickly shifted out to the left and into the corner. And now making the conversion a lot easier is Seb Prentice. 18th try for him this season. Played for the Western Province Academy 15, and excellent awareness from both James McDonald and Jean Pinard. Quickly through the hands. The space was there for Prentice, and he's given Harry Macon a slightly easier conversion attempt.
And this is what Bishops have wanted to do at halftime. Speed the game up. They've got into Rondebosch's half, and they've come away with points. And now Macon will want to convert this 5-pointer into a 7-pointer. There's a comedy of errors at the back between Craig and Mavavana that led to that penalty for Mavavana hanging on, and some quick thinking by the pivot MacDonald, who fed the ball into space, and Prentice rounded off a useful movement from the Diocesan College lads.
Macon with the conversion attempt. Flags are up. Lovely to hear, or not hear, the silence while the kickers are taking their goal kicks.
Kind of reminds you of Ireland, but good work by Pinard, who fed Prentice, and the left winger showed strength and pace to get in for the 7-pointer.
So 3 tries apiece now. And this long-standing derby. Cranswick got a big handoff off. And went backwards off a Rondebosch player. And then eventually the penalty comes. Rondebosch penalised for holding on the ground.
Well, DeRozan with the guilty party who was penalised for holding on. And now it'll be Van der Westhuizen who will try to use this win to good effect and get Bishops back into that Rondebosch half. And the knockback coming from the outside centre, and then just holding on for too long on the ground was DeRozan with. As Bishops won the penalty at the breakdown.
Good decision from Harry Macon there. With the Rondebosch loose head isolated on the ground. Opted to go in over the ball. And Alabella Scott. And there's plenty going on off the ball as well on the far side of the field. Van der Westhuizen. And another penalty coming the way of Bishops. Quick tap and go once again. Pass not going to hand. And with Van der Blake's kick, the advantage for the knock-on is over. Van der Westhuizen has some ground to make up. Couldn't get away from the tackle of Gottlieb. Probing up a very narrow blind side for Rob McDonald. Flag up.
There's a bit of feeling all of a sudden in this derby as it's come to light. Both sets of supporters getting involved. The Rondebosch now to feed the line out just on halfway.
Devin Orense throwing right down the halfway line. Well, he had it to aim at and not going in straight. So Bishops get a scrum 15 in.
Just on the outside arm of Schenker. And
marginal.
The right wing of Bishops, Tom Lewis, the Flying Welshman, is standing far out in this 5-metre channel. Now if they can free him up and Van der Westhuizen can find some space, he might be in the action.
Macon, James McDonald, who was a dummy runner, who was Scott, and then Prentice losing the ball forward in contact. So just a scrum advantage as Mavovana sets up the counter. Schenker, the Rondebosch captain, has stayed down, having made that contact with Seb Prentice in the midfield.
Well, they look to bring in the wing cut with Prentice, and the hit came in from Schenker. Just got his head in the wrong position, and he's receiving some treatment. He's had a stellar afternoon as the captain. Schenker has been involved in the thick of things. And you mentioned that his coach said in the build-up he just doesn't know when to stay down. And he's receiving some medical attention. Isn't it fantastic to see the crowds that have gathered at this Piley Reese Field, enjoying the occasion, bathed in sunshine, and a derby rich in tradition and history has lived up to its billing.
It's been a fascinating season in terms of results amongst the southern suburbs schools. Argentina, South Africa from Salta in the Rugby Championship later this evening. New Zealand victorious over Australia in the second Bledisloe game in Wellington earlier on this morning, South African time. As we suspected, the Rondebosch captain back on his feet. But looking at last week's results, Rondebosch losing out to Sachs by 28 points to 10, while Bishops lost to Wynberg 31-21. The week previously, Rondebosch had beaten Wynberg 23-17. Bishops had beaten Sachs 43-28. So a little topsy-turvy in terms of results, but some wonderful competition between all these schools. There's Lewis. Bundled over in the tackle and the ball loose into touch.
They did well to move the ball into space, but that man in shot, Tom Lewis, just needed to work in field. He was carrying the ball in the wrong hand. That meant he couldn't affect the handoff. And he's turned over possession on that 22-meter area of Rondebosch.
Well, making on the go for Pienaar again. Then McDonald, Scott.
That's a maul.
And Blake again in high with the tackle to create the maul. Bishop's desperate to rip it out. They're not going to do it.
Brilliant defense by the inside centre of Rondebosch, Van der Bijl Blake. And he's been prominent in that area of the game all afternoon. Just gets his hands around Labello Scott. He wraps him up in the tackle, and then the reinforcements arrive. And the cavalry holds Labello Scott up. And he's been a real standout on defence as Van der Bijl Blake in the inside centre position for the visitors, Rondebosch.
Use it.
Solid platform again from the Rondebosch scrum, and then Blake up to the 22-meter line. The steal is good though from Bishops. Pick and drive is from Christian Stellick. Does well to break a couple of tackles. Penalty coming the way of Bishops for offside.
Well, that's cynical from Carl Schmidt. He can find himself lucky that he's still on the field. He's on the wrong side and he just kicked it back on the side of Rondebosch. Now it's slap bang in front. There's 17 minutes to play, and McDonald has decided to pursue with the line-out tactic. My thought process would be take the 3 on offer and have a watch of Schmidt. He misses the tackle. He's in on the wrong side. He just kicks it back, and he can find himself lucky that he's still on the field.
Well, Bishops really wanting to make this count now. That was a very simple 3 on offer with, as you say, 17 minutes to play. Macon, McDonald almost got a little isolated in that tackle. Macon again, James McDonald, cut out ball. Luke Viljoen, big tackle on him, and the ball lost forward in that wonderful tackle. Davis for Devon Orenser. There's no advantage there for Rondebosch. They will scrum.
And that's all the ethos and tradition that goes into pursuing with the ball in hand tactic, as we see a wonderful hit coming in from Mavavana that stifled that attacking prowess from Bishops. But when they're 3 on offer in a tight game like this, to make it 25-22, in my book you take those 3, Matt. And there you see the areas where Rondebosch have spent the majority of the second half in their own half of the field. And they find themselves in that bottom left-hand corner yet again.
Suhaib Ajmuddin, grade 11. He's made 15 appearances already for Rondebosch this season, on as a replacement hooker for Devon Orenser. And what an important scrum for him first up. Van der Bijl Blake again used as that big ball carrying presence off his scrum half, and creating that little bit of extra space for Sam Craig to make his clearance kick up as far as his 22-meter line.
Devon Orenser in a world of pain. Looks like a bit of cramp for the hooker, and he's been replaced by Ajmuddin.
Jason Hofmeyer, no one up in the air for Bishops, but not too much harm done as Pienaar races away, close to the posts. captain has a try. It's Bishop's fourth, and it's very close to the left-hand upright as well. A kick to come from Harry Macon.
It was the mistimed throw over the back. Jean Pinot was first to react. He got rid of Van der Bell Blake, and he's thundered in for Bishop's fourth of the afternoon. Good play by the captain, leading from the front, has now provided Bishop's with an opportunity to put their noses in front.
Well, Rondebosch will certainly chase this down, but not there in time as Harry Macon adds the extra 2 and puts Bishop's in front for the first time in this game.
It was the overthrow, but the bounce was kind to Pinot, and then some strong work in attack by the captain has meant that Bishop's have hit the front, and he'll be well pleased with his effort. And Matt, are we in for late drama, as we saw at the end of term 2 with 12 or so minutes to go?
It certainly seems that way, doesn't it? Nail-biting stuff. 15-14, Rondebosch victorious in the first of these games, played at Rondebosch at the end of term 2.
Without the ball. Back without the ball.
And then a penalty going the way of Bishop's for a tackle without the ball. Trailed by 10 at half-time. 22 points to 12, Rondebosch led, and they increased that lead to 25-12 with a Sam Craig penalty.
Well, hits coming in from Hilton Gottlieb. Yeah, somewhat harsh, one might add.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him because he was totally committed to the tackle, wasn't he? And the fact that the Bishop's player didn't manage to grab the ball, wasn't able to stop dead in his tracks.
No.
Smith with the carry. Davis with the break. Wonderful breakout from Robbie Davis, and slipping a tackle as well. Whoa, that's a terrible tackle. Penalty advantage.
No hands.
And I dare say a try-saving one as well. Little dink over the top from Robbie Davis.
Dangerous.
Well, a very clear high tackle being penalised, and an opportunity for Rondebosch to immediately grab the lead back.
What a break by Robbie Davis, and then the high tackle coming in from the outside centre, Labello Scott. And Rondebosch have decided now to take the 3 that are on offer.
Well, you mentioned a few minutes ago you felt that Carl Schmidt might have been lucky to stay on with a cynical offside indiscretion, which cost Bishop's an opportunity. You could probably say the same for that. A high tackle bringing Robbie Davis down with the line at his mercy. Sam Craig to put Rondebosch back in front with 10 minutes to play. Well, he didn't like it from the moment it left his boot.
22.
Pulled it across the face of the uprights.
Right behind the ball. Plays behind the ball, team.
So Labello Scott in particular, but Bishop's in general breathing a bit of sigh of relief here. James McDonald will make the 22-meter restart. And some hands in there from Bishop's as Shane Robertson went in to make the take. There he is in jersey 19. Replacement lock forward.
Well, Labello Scott was first in the air, and he just got a hand to it that enabled it going forward. And it'll be Rondebosch's feed. Good work in there initially by Scott, and then it just went forward to the hands of George Spencer.
Fine. Sit.
Now, what can Rondebosch conjure up in the wider channels? Will they bring Van der Bell Blake into the action, or will they go wider? Big scrum from Bishops coming in. And they've seemed to have got stronger as the game has gone on at scrum time. Well, the power coming through on that Lucid side. Matt, you just feel the next score could be critical in this derby, and whoever gets that score, one might feel, will win it for their respective sides.
Better from Rondebosch this time. Davis, Craig, and looping around was Blake to take the pass from Sali, and Mabovana out in the right-hand wide channels. All ripped out in the tackle, but recycled by Rondebosch. And that's good from Rondebosch to secure that ball on the ground. It was bobbling about. Difficult for both sides. Smith.
Get away.
Big tackle on DJ Faulkner. And the ball out of his grasp in the tackle. Prentice down on his bootlaces, looking to salvage that ball. Not quite able to do it. Just going forward, giving Rondebosch a scrum.
Just feel that both sets of coaches might be looking to go to the bench as the ball was towed through, and Prentice just couldn't pick up that rolling grubber.
That was a good one.
And it's been a warm afternoon down here at the Piley Reese Field.
Crouch.
And you just feel that some impetus could be required off the bench for both these outfits.
Get up.
Well, that is one argument. The other one being that it was almost just as warm when the second 15s played their 70 minutes, and
Let's move on that mark.
both benches
Right, 6.
have played 70 minutes already. We've seen a couple of replacements already.
I need the shoulders above your hips.
George Spencer, who's been a regular for Bishops on the wing, had a bout of tonsillitis
You're keeping it in
during the week. He's replaced Tommy Lewis on the right wing for Bishops.
6.
And we've also seen Dane Stevens make an appearance for Rondebosch as well.
No, come on, 9.
Davis for Craig. Blake, very flat ball for Faulkner. No tackle completed there by James McDonald, so Faulkner able to get back to his feet, and slipping under the tackle now is Stevens.
Leave it now, White.
Davis sniping away from his man, and the offload for Ajmuddin not going to hand. Yet again, it's Schmidt doing the tidy up work for Rondebosch.
Offside.
Bishops caught offside as they look to find Mabovana,
4.
who is roaming around. He's popping up from left and right wings.
Sam Craig, their kicker, is clutching his wrist, and it'll be left to Van der Bell back to carve off some real estate down this grandstand touchline. He's put in a telling kick as Blake and Rondebosch now find themselves in that half of Bishops. And there's the injured man, Craig, as the ball went to ground. He just got a crack on the wrist and he went down like a sack of potatoes, did the Rondebosch pivot.
Rondebosch have made another change. Matthew Horrigan replacing Tom de Rosenworth at loosehead prop. And James van Rensburg in jersey 21 is now coming on as well, with Sam Craig still receiving attention. And over the top of the line out.
No, blue, no.
Go Rondebosch, and well read by Bishops against the throw.
Use it.
And Pienaar made a call for that. He fancied the big ball carry into the half gap. Macon. Luke Viljoen. McDonald under pressure from Cal Schmidt. Well, now, this is interesting because Sam Cragg is back on his feet, having received some attention for injury, but in the meantime, James van Rensburg had come onto the field. That's a brilliant take from Mavovana, gets away from his man, and another one. Mavovana! Oh, that's extraordinary! What a try!
Absolute pandemonium as Mike Mavovana has skinned the Bishop's defenders on that far side touchline. The pass flung out to the flying right winger, and then he pinned his ears back after gathering it, stepped off the right, and then look at the blistering pace to beat Harry Macon. The dive to boot was one for the highlights reel, and Mavovana has put Rondebosch back in front with a minute and a half to go in this derby clash. But one might say the 16th man could have added to that try scoring from Mavovana. Be that as it may, tremendous finishing by the SA Schools fullback / winger. And now it's left up to Robbie Davis to see if he can add the extra 2 points to that Mavovana try.
Well, the first match between these sides at the end of the second school term ended in high drama. This one as well. The conversion attempt by Robbie Davis goes wide, but Bishops, with less than a minute to play, need to score a try.
Good pass by Zakasali. Falconer judged it to perfection, and Mavovana raced in.
No.
And meantime, the kickoff has taken place and well secured for Rondebosch by Cal Schmidt, who's been an absolute workhorse for his team, both defensively and on the ball carry. This man, Matthew Krobler, has also more than played his part. Well, late penalty. Is there another twist? They're going to have to...
Well, there's no time, so he'll have to tap and go, will Harry Macon. Now, Bishops will want to attack with Glee, and Rondebosch will want to defend for their lives as Pienaar takes it up.
Yeah, Jean Pienaar it is, the captain of this Bishop side. Into contact. Rondebosch fanning out on defense. Smith. Little show of the ball from JP Smith. Time up on the clock. Nothing less than a try will do for Bishops here. Rob McDonald back to the inside. Rondebosch again employing that tactic of attacking the ball in the tackle. Pienaar looking for the offload in contact. There's a little knock on in there. And the final whistle blows. Mavovana's second try. An absolutely stunning try it was too. Has sealed a last gasp victory for Rondebosch. A match that really did ebb and flow. Rondebosch taking full control in the first half, leading by 22 points to 12 at half-time, but they've come back with a late try. 4 tries apiece, and full time at Bishops. It's Bishops 26, Rondebosch 30.